a video and I just deleted it and decided to start over because you know what it was? I felt like I was being too mean, and I'm not in the business of kicking people while they're down. Like the entire internet is already being mean. It's like I'm not gonna bandwagon because I'm not a following ass bitch. I don't do that. Like if I'm gonna mean to somebody, I'm gonna be the first person to throw the first punch. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all about kicking people off their high horse. I'm not gonna kick somebody who's already on the ground. Over the past few days, I've been watching the Heather Sanders and the Terrell situation and like kind of unfold. And I just finished watching the kind of clips of her when she was on live calling everyone losers and being like birds in the chat and kind of like talking shit and like clapping back to everyone who's been talking about her nonstop on the internet for the past week or so. Like I've said in the past, there's nothing more bothered than being like, I don't care. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I don't care. I don't care. You guys are losers. I don't care. It doesn't bother me one bit. But like your eye is twitching. I think once I'm able to move past my first initial like cutthroat reaction of like, oh my God, you bitches are dumb. Like what the fuck, right? And I'm able to like sit with it just a little bit longer. I think more than anything, it just makes me really sad, especially watching her reaction. Something about being ignorant and in love, right? And being able to be in that bubble of like, this is as good as it gets, right? Like, he's my man, we're in love, we're together, that's all that matters. Versus like having that bubble popped, which is what I think happened with Heather in the situation of like people responding in the general public being like, your relationship sucks. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe you're with this man. I think this choice to kind of double and triple down on like, my man, my man is one of one. And my man is, there's never going to be another one like him, even though like you have gone out of your own mouth and listed a bunch of reasons as to why it seems like he's not a very good person. Like, I'm not surprised by this choice to double down because leaving someone is really hard, especially when they've been together over a decade and they share children. Not that I'm saying that she absolutely has to leave him. I'm just saying that making that choice is really hard. It takes someone really brave to be like, no, I'm going to leave the familiar and what I know is safe and I'm going to go because I deserve better. Reaction reminded me so much of this movie. When I say this movie radicalized me in a way that like movies stuck with me, I will never not think of it. Her doubling down the way that she did and being like, I love my man, our relationship is perfect, there's nothing wrong with us, reminds me so much of like Viola Davis in this film. This isn't special to just Heather Sanders. I think this is the end goal for all pick me girls, right? For all girls who kind of grew up in her era where they were all kind of essentially competing for these men, right? And like they desperately wanted them and all they wanted was for this man to be faithful to her, for this man to settle down, to pick her, to give her a ring, to give her the family, to say that she was the one, right? And you fought for years to make that possible. And now it is possible. Now the reality of that has now sunken in, like fighting so hard to get this man to nail him down and now having him and thinking that you have this relationship that everyone is so jealous of you, everyone is so envious of you, everyone wants to be you so badly, and having that bubble pops of people being like, your relationship grosses me out, like I can't believe you put up with this, like this is insane, I can't believe that you respect yourself so little, I can't believe that you accept so little for yourself. It's a good example of what happens when women are sold the dream of a man and then end up having to live with and married to and having children with the reality of a man, having to grapple and attempt to make peace with having wasted over a decade of your life on this man. In Fences, when Denzel Washington is expressing his disappointment in the way that his life turned out, right? And it being like, I was supposed to do more. I was supposed to be more. I can't believe it. This is all there is to me. And Viola Davis turns around in disbelief and looks at him and is like, you don't think your life was enough? You were my entire life. I dedicated my entire life to you. You don't like what you turned out to be? I turned out to be even less than that because all I am is you. I apply those same exact sentiments to the girls who are my man down, right? Who spent all those years fighting and bickering with other girls to be like, I'm going to be the one, right? Arguing with his baby mother, trying to prove that you were special, that you were different than the rest of the hoes that he's hanging around with, right? That you were special, that he loved you more, that he wanted something real with you. And then, right, like you were going to be married. You're going to get him to put a ring on your finger, right? He's going to be engaged to you. You're going to have kids. You're going to buy a house together. You're going to build a life together. You're going to have this dream life together. And then once that battle is finished, right? And like you got everything that you wanted and that dust starts to settle, then you really have to look at him as a person and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I fought this hard for this. I can't believe I wasted so many years of his life fighting to have this with you. I spent 4 years of my life fighting bitches in the club over you, and like, this is all you are? This is all you're capable of? This is where you max out? This is all you're gonna be? Was rolling around the dirty club floor with hookah smoke, choking on hookah smoke in between rounds in the club, fighting over you. And this is it. This is the peak of your grandeur. This is the peak of greatness. This is the peak of how much of a man you're ever going to become. It's a great example how, as a woman, getting everything that you've ever prayed for can be a curse. And when you are so far down the line, like Heather Sanders, admitting that you were wrong, admitting that if he wasn't all that, admitting that you couldn't make it work, admitting that you want more for yourself feels like a failure. It feels like an embarrassment. It feels like letting all those women who kept telling you he ain't shit, it feels like letting them win, and her pride will not allow her to do that. So instead, she will double down. That's my man. He's the best. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care how much common sense you're speaking. I don't care how much sense you're making. I can't accept that. I can't accept that he's nothing short of my dream, because if that's the case, and I've wasted over a decade of my life, and I can't accept that. I can't accept that I wasted my entire youth on a man who's like, that makes me sad. It makes me sad for her. That's not special to her though. To me, that's going to be the reality of every pick me girl. I think so. Every pick me girl who fought so hard to be chosen, to be picked, to finally get that man, who threw other women under the bus to make sure they got that man, who sacrificed years of their life, who sacrificed their youth, who put themselves second and third so that that man could come first, so those children come first, are all going to wake up one day and look at the man laying next to them in the bed and be like, this is it? This is all you are? Like, this is what I dedicated my life to? It's just sad. Openly willing to waste your entire life away on a man because you're not willing to admit defeat, not willing to admit that you were wrong. Girl.